Kanina tinanong po
Yes.
yan ni Senator Risa Hontiveros kung ano pong relevance at ang sabi pa nga niya, ang tanong po niya sa depensa, ganito, sinasabi po ba ng depensa na yung mga alleged threats or alleged incitements ni VP Sara Duterte ay prompted ng detention ni Lopez? Ano ho yung paliwanag po ninyo dito, attorney, para po sa kaalaman ng ating mga kababayan?
At mabuti nga na-stop siya ni presiding officer eh. Yan ang problema, no. I am not saying na kapag yung mga line of questionings by non-lawyer senator judges, wala tayong magawa, no, because the Constitution says sila talaga ang mag-exempt judges. But medyo kasi ang dating is that trying to lean now to the prosecution. So makikita mo na yung leanings ba. Hindi po maganda yung ganong klaseng katanungan. Na ibig sabihin pala, kung dahil doon yung alleged threat is that wala na yon dahil sa may nangyari, pwede na palang magsalita ng ganon kasi dahil may nasaktan, merong na ganon pangyayari, if pwede na magawa ng ganong klaseng threat. Parang ganon ang concept niya. No? So mabuti naman at hindi na patuloy ang pag-explain kasi the defense counsel there had no choice but to answer because ang senator judge ang nagtatanong. Sana kasi ang mga senator judges should not ask the questions from the lawyer. They should ask the question from the witnesses. Yun nga ang dapat eh. Even the local courts natin dito, they ask the questions doon sa witness for purposes of clarificatory questions. The fact na tatanungin mo yung kabila para mapalabas yung theory of defense nila or theory of the prosecution, hindi o tama yun. But, well, it is a sui generis case and anything can be asked now. So, that's what happened, no? So, that's what I see, no? Medyo may overboard talaga yung mga katanungan. Although there are some senator judges na maganda naman ang tanong. Talagang purely clarificatory questions.
Opo, pero nasagot nung kaunti, at least matipid. Pero ang sabi
Matipid.
po, yes, ng depensa ni Attorney Carlo Narvasa, ipiniliwanag niya po
Yes.
na nagkaroon ng systematic oppression o systematic
Yes, yes.
panggigipit ang Kamara sa pagdetine kay Lopez at ito ang naging mitsa o nagtulak kay Vice President Sara Duterte
Yes.
upang mabitawan po niya yung mga kontrobersyal na pahayag at pagbabanta sa buhay po ng Pangulo, First Lady at
Yes.
House Speaker.
Exactly, and he is being probed to answer the question na, so ibig mo sabihin, kapag may nangyari na ganyan, pwede na palang mag-threaten? Mabuti na stop yung diyang portion, no? Kasi tama man yung theory ng defense na, but because of the systematic or yung widespread attack against the BP, siyempre, tao lang, gagalit, tsaka nangyari, bago lang, nakapagsalita ng ganon, no? So, parang, remember mo yung speech ni Binluan, do not look at her as a vice president. Look at her as Sara Duterte na ina na may mga anak. Doon po ang punto nila. So, yun po ang parang narrative, no? Mabuti na lang when pressed to answer more by Senator Risa Hontiveros na ibig sabihin, pwede pa na gawin yun. At least the stop, no?
Opo.
Hindi nasagot na mabuti.
Kaya nga nagpaalala po si Presiding
Yes.
Officer Chis Escudero sa mga senator judges ukol nga doon sa tamang pagtatanong sa mga abogado
Yes.
hinggil sa mga tanong ng fact and law. Yan pong sabi niya. So sa tingin niyo po ba
Yes.
na lilito po yung ating mga senator judges kung ito ba ay legislative inquiry o isang formal na paglilitis?
They're trying to repair something that they feel na parang na-damage. Yun ang pangit eh. Kasi ito nga ang maganda sa, ito yung sabi ko na in a impeachment hearing like this na meron talaga political leanings, they would tend to somehow help the other part. Hindi ko sinasabing sa part lang ng prosecution, even the part of the defense. Alan Peter Cayetano is also trying to kahit papaano, malata mo makikita mo. Dapat sana kasi ang questions and clarifications only directed to the witness for purposes of clarifications. Tapos yung mga manifestations na ganun, hindi dapat galawin ang mga counsel for the prosecution or defense. Kasi that would be unfair. Kasi magsasalita yan sila, magsasagot yan sila, sasabihin nila yung theory nila. And try to kung mag-fix sila ng question, makita na prosecution o ng lawyer, ay, yun pala ginamin niya, sasagutin ka agad kasi it's quick to respond, no? So, but that's the problem because this is impeachment proceedings, hindi po ito regular courts, no? So, ibig sabihin, well, we cannot blame that kung ina-allow din ng presiding officer.
Opo. Pero Doon kay Kalilong, yung testigo po, motu proprio na investigasyon. Inamin po niya na nag-iimbestiga sila ng motu proprio o kahit walang formal na reklamo. At sinabi rin po niyang independente sila pero sa ilalim po ng DOJ o Department of Justice. Sa tingin po ninyo, pabor po ba ito sa depensa para palabasing kulay politika? May kulay politika ang kaso o normal lang sa proseso po ng NBI?
Yes po. Alam mo, maganda sana na press pa yun ng konti, no? So you mean to say na independent kayo, walang nagko-control sa inyo. Parang gano'n, no? And when you say motu proprio on your own, you could do it, nobody is directing you. No? But of course, maganda rin yung cross ni Attorney Darvasa kanina dahil na-connect niya na kung sino ba yung boss nyo sa taas, di ba? Under Malacanang and everything. But ang pinakamaganda nun, ito nga yung manifestation naman na si Senator Peter Alan Cayetano, pabor doon sa defense, no? In the sense that, question niya, bakit di mo tinanong ang PSG? Kinausap niyo ba ang PSG? Kasi sila man ang nag-take care sa security ng Vice President, President, at saka ng mga Speaker of the House, etc. No? So, bakit hindi ginawa yon? So, with that, somehow it gets to the point na talagang political. Dahil kung dinaan niyo talaga sa proper channels at the proper investigation ng mga, lahat po ng mga agencies involved, kasi if it is a national interest, hindi lang NBI. It should involve the National Security Council, involve ang Army, i-involve dapat ang PSG, NBI, everyone, magkariot kagad ng task force, no? But wala isa lang talaga at it's still under the Executive Department kay BBM. Pero may add lang ako, Jada, I might forget ba? May nakita kasi ako doon na ina-emphasize kanina na hindi na-gets ng ano ba. Noong sinabi kasi ni BP Inday na kapag papatayin, huwag ka mag-alala sa security ko kasi pag papatayin nila ako, may kinausap na ako para ganito, papatayin din sila. Okay. Yung term na pag security ko at pag ako ang papatayin, bakit hindi nila inimbestigahan ng mabuti? Yun ang pinupunto doon dapat na dapat you have to have equal investigation on that matter. No? So they said an invitation to come, di man, yun lang. No? So ibig sabihin, kulang doon na aspect, no? Parang ibig sabihin, to be fair, dapat both parties were investigated kung bakit sinong papatay sa kanya. Kasi kung ma-prove na ang papapatay sa kanya o mag-Operation Romanov is somebody linked also to the side of the administration, baka medyo mapagbigyan ng desisyon, no? So, ibig ko sabihin po, no, hindi na touch yun, na concentrate po kasi ang investigation ng NBI against BP rather than about her security, kung sino man ang involved, no? So it's against BP because githreaten niya si Marcos, si Liza, as well as si Martin Romualdez. So parang ganun ang na-emphasize doon sa situation na yon. And when he was asked kung conditional or absolute, talagang straight from his mouth, absolute threat yun. Okay.
Opo. Pero ang tanong, isa pa sa mga naging medyo na-highlight po doon, attorney, bakit NBI yung nagsampa, nagreklamo against Vice President Sara Duterte? Bakit hindi si PBBM, FL Liza at dating speaker, which is yun sana yung subject ng great threats, no? Nitong impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At saka inamin din ng testigo na hindi niya isinama nga doon sa kanyang affidavit ang mga pahayag ng Pangulo, ng FL Liza at ang dating speaker. Sa tingin ho ba ninyo, isa po itong butas, malaking butas po para sa para sa chain of evidence ng prosecution?
Malaking butas talaga ito siya in the sense that kailangan talaga na yung offended party should also at least execute man lang ng affidavit. Wala Talagang wala nun. Wala sa First Lady, wala kay Bongbong, wala din doon kay Martin Romualdez. Ibig sabihin, yung statements nila alone would not suffice. Kailangan there must be a public document that supports the fact that nagrereklamo sila, that they are threatened, that's why magrereklamo sila. But there is none, no? And they cannot say that it is a public crime because we still believe that that threat is personal, no? So, but, of course, they are working it on the theory na parang involved ang national interest, kaya pwede na kaming NBI. This is the main reason. Nung tinanong sa kanya, meron na bang na-convict, sabi pa niya wala pa. Pero the proper term is wala, no? Hindi talaga nangyari, walang conviction. Kasi hindi nga makukonvict yung ganung bagay dahil nga wala yung testimony ng offended party. Very important po yung na-intimidate sila because of that. So there's none. Walang affidavit that we were intimidated, that we doubled up our security because of that, etc., etc. They're confident. They knew for a fact that it is political. And they knew for a fact that it was out of frustration and anger. That's why, kung talagang na-intimidate sila, dapat din, they have bolstered their security and executed an affidavit na sila mismo ang magrereklamo. But they did not.
Opo.
So yun, look, kahit na po sana si FL na lang, hindi man siya public officer, kahit na si First Lady na lang, or even si former Speaker Martin Romualdez, no? Para at least man, mayroon sana. Pero wala. They did not do it. They did not mind it. So binaliwala nila. Ibig sabihin, they're not intimidated. Di ba?
Opo.
That is yung crucial point doon.
Mag-iiba ho ba ang istorya, ang epekto kung sakali mang, for example, gagawa po sila ng affidavit ngayon, yung tatlong subjects po?
Gagawa sila. Ay, hindi na. Wala na. Ano na yun siya. Kumbaga, parang ang nangyari is afterthought. Kasi kung pag afterthought na siya, hindi na yun pwede. So, dapat kasi is it should have been done before. Kasi ngayon, kung na-raise up itong issue to, gagawa sila, wala na. Kumbaga, too late na. Parang it's an afterthought. But we call that parang it is not a newly discovered evidence. This is not a supervening event, but it is a forgotten evidence. O, kung ipipresent pa nila yan ngayon, di ba?
Opo. Attorney, bago ko lang ipasabalik kay partner Admar, kinwestiyon din po ni Attorney Narvasa ang pagiging investigator ni Kalilong dahil wala siyang personal na alam, yung issue po sa personal knowledge, sa mga nangyari bago ang live stream at hindi niya ito pinanood mismo. Sa batas, gaano ho ba ito kahina ang isang testigo kung lead investigator ka, pero aaminin mong wala kang personal na kaalaman?
Actually, ang kanyang testimony as I see it, no, hindi nga daw siya expert and na-establish doon, competent siya.
Yes.
He's a competent witness to do that, to download. I think it's more on forensic issue. Yung trabaho lang nun niya is, kinuha niya, download niya, record niya sa OBS niya, tapos binigay niya sa boss niya, nag-transcribe siya and everything. So, technically speaking, while I think he is an investigator, pero meron talaga nag-investigate apart from him na talaga technically as to the elements of the crime. Pero siguro, na-dictate lang siya ba, ito, kailangan ko yan kasi i-prove ko itong ganito, kailangan ko ng elements and I need that recording, yung preservation, tapos yung chain of custody, paano po nabigay hanggang na-submit sa COJ at saka dito sa court. Parang ganun po dapat, no? Hanggang doon lang ang role niya. Problem is that when he started saying na, investigator siya, then we were do that and do this, we did this and everything. So technically, parang sinasabing, teka, parang may alam ito. Nung tinanong siya, wala naman pala siyang personal knowledge, no? Maraming talagang mga bagay doon na parang nakaka-question sa kanyang credibility. Like for example, noong nandoon na yung mga reporters, bakit walang affidavit of the reporters? It's possible he might have investigated, but hindi man siya pwede rin hindi man siya lawyer. So, ibig sabihin, ang mag-investigate talaga, yun mga NBA agents na lawyers because they're going to get the accurate facts, no? And sila rin po ang mag-jujurat or mag-notarize doon because they're allowed under the law. Isa hindi man, no? So, ibig sabihin, meron talagang mga matters doon na parang gusto talaga niyang idepensahan ang kanyang integridad. And by that way is that nabibisto tuloy siya during the cross-examination. You see, there is no always a perfect witness. Talagang pag merong mag-add ka ng gusto mo sasabihin, mabibirada ka. Take note ha, yung ginawa ni Attorney Ligutan na hindi na siya nag-redirect, he was afraid that ma-further baungkat. Kasi pag mag-redirect yan siya, objection, meron namang bago, tatakihin na naman siya sa recross ni Attorney Narvasa. So, he rather state na hanggang dyan lang. Kasi why? Ang purpose lang talaga niya is to authenticate It's not to give his opinion about the crime. It's not about the opinion about the grave threats, alleged grave threats and everything. It's only to do that is to authenticate paano niya na-preserve at paano niya nakuha ito at nasabit sa COJ at until sa impeachment court. Limited lang po dapat So, tama po yung hindi na mag-redirect, no? Kasi kung mag-redirect siya, may expose lalo yung witness siya. Kasi during the cross, nagsasalita na yung witness on matters outside already on his area of competency, which is only for that option of that video, paano gi-preserve and everything.